Hello guys, I welcome you to this machine learning hands-on course with Python. The problem statement we have for this video is to predict whether a mail is a spam mail or an AM mail. AM mail is nothing but the mails which are not spam. So I have given an example for spam mail and an AM mail. So spam mails are those mails that are promotions or ads or something like that. So we encounter this in our day-to-day life. And in this video, we are going to build a system that can predict whether a mail is a spam or a mail. So we will be using a support vector machine model in order to predict this. So let's discuss about the flowchart of this project. So first of all, we need to get the data that has both the spam mails and the AM mails in it. So this is basically the text data. So then we need to process this data because the model cannot work on text data. So it is processed on the data pre-processing part. So then there is this feature extraction part where we will convert this text into feature vectors. So this is one of the important steps because we need to feed this feature into our model. Okay, so next step is the train test split. So we will split the data set into train data and the test data. That model will be trained on train data and it will be evaluated on the test data. So we will feed this training data into our support vector machine models. So the model gets trained based on this data. So as you can see, I have given a schematic representation of SVM model. So after this model is trained, what we will be doing is we will be feeding new mail to this model. Okay, so now this trained model can predict whether this new mail is spam mail or an AM mail based on the training it has undergone. Okay, so this is the basic workflow of it. So we will build a system in a step-by-step process in Python. Okay, so I hope you have understood the problem statement. So we will be doing our Python coding in Google Colaboratory. Okay, so okay, so you just need to make a folder in your Google Drive account. So you don't need to make any installation in your computer. So just right click there, go to more. And if you are using Collaboratory for the first time, you need to go to connect more apps. So here you need to search for Google Collaboratory. Yeah, so go ahead and search Collaboratory. So you need to link this to your Google Drive account. So I have already linked it, so it shows installed. So otherwise you need to click this. So upon this it will ask for authorization. So then you are good to go. So now come back to this folder, right click there and go to more. Now go to Google Collaboratory. So when you click this, Google Collaboratory web page opens. So this will take few seconds. So this is where we will be doing our Python coding. So this is basically a virtual servers. So the codes run on these virtual machines. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect this. So basically this environment gets connected to Google's backend servers. I'll rename this to spam mail prediction. So IPYNB means Python notebook files. Okay, so it shows a green tick mark once it's connected. You can check the RAM space you are allocated to. So you will get around 12 GB of RAM, which is pretty good, and good amount of disk space. Okay, so let's get the data first of all. So go ahead and type this spam.csv. Okay, so go to this Kaggle website. Kaggle is very much useful to get the data sets. So you just need to open an account in Kaggle. So Kaggle is like really helpful for studying machine learning. So they used to conduct this competition of machine learning problems. Okay, so you need to download the data set from here. Okay, so you can download it from here. So I have already downloaded it. So I made some few changes. So I'll share the data with you. So as you can see, it has two columns. First column says whether it's an AM mail or a spam mail. The second column consists of the messages. Okay, so these are the two columns the data set has. So go ahead and download this. So as you can see here, I have the data set in my desktop. Okay, so we need to upload this to our Google Collaboratory environment. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and import the libraries. Okay, let me comment here. So import libraries. So this is the text part where you can add some ints or ints there. So let's go ahead and import the libraries. Import numpy as np. You can give any abbreviations you want. So these are the conventions used. So import pandas as pd. Then from sklearn.model selection, import train test split. So this function is useful to separate the data as training and test set. Then from sklearn.feature extraction, dot text, import tfidf vectorizer. Okay, so this tfidf vectorizer is used to extract the features from the text. Then we need to import the model from sklearn.sv, import linear svc. So this is the support vector machine model. So I'll explain about the model when we implement this in later in this video. Then from sklearn.metrics, import accuracy score. So we need this accuracy score to check how well the model performs. So this is for the evaluation part. So go ahead and run this. For you can click the run symbol on the left, or you can go ahead and press shift plus enter. So it runs it and automatically opens the next cell. So now we need to do the data pre-processing part. So I'll go ahead and type it, data pre-processing. Okay, so we need to upload the data set here. So go to this files and upload. So I have the files in my desktop. So spamam.csv. I'll share this data set with you. So this is a very small file. It contains around 5,000 examples of test for training data. So let's load the data set to pandas data frame. So pandas data frame is very useful for manipulating the data. So we need to import it in data frame and make some changes before feeding it to the model. So I'll give the variable name raw mail data is equal to pd.readcsv spamam.csv. So this function reads the CSV and stores it in pandas data frame. So spamam.csv. Now we need to replace the null values with a null string. So otherwise it throws some errors showing that it doesn't recognize the text and all that. So we need to replace the null values with null string. So I'll store this in a variable called mail data. So mail data is equal to raw mail data dot where. So this is the function for it. So parenthesis pd dot not null, specify the variable here, raw mail data. Come on. So you need to represent the space here. So it's done by putting double quotes, which means the null there. Okay, so go ahead and run this. So this replaces the null values with null string. Okay, so now let's check the size of shape of this data set. So mail data dot shape. So go ahead and run this. So as you can see, we have 5,572 examples, so which is pretty good for our machine learning problem. So and it contains of two columns, which has spam or mail, spam or am, and other is the message. So let's see the sample of this data, mail data dot get. Go ahead and run this. So you can see the sample of the data set in the pandas data frame. So I'll comment the use of this function. So as you can see here, it shows the first 5 instances. So it has 2 columns, category and message. So category shows whether it's an AM mail or a spam mail, and the actual messages are in the second column. Okay, so now let's label this data set. Okay, so label spam mail as 0 plus 0 and non-spam mail as 1. So this acts as the label for the data set. 0 represents spam mail and 1 represents spam mail. So we need to change this category column into 0 and 1. So mail data dot loc, which is for locating. So this function is used for this purpose. So mail data category. So you need to specify that column name, which is category. So which is equal to spam. So if it is equal to spam, we need to specify that it should be 0. Okay, spam comma category. Okay, is equal to 0. So this makes spam as 1, and now we need to give the label 1 for mails, mail data dot loc, mail data, same category, which is equal to am. So am mails are the non-spam mails. So again category, we need to put 1 for am mails. Okay, so is equal to 1. Okay, so go ahead and run this. So now the labels will be formed. Okay, so we have labeled the data. Now we need to separate the data as text and labels. So separate the data as text and label. So let's store the text in the variable called as x. So x represents text and y represents label. So let's load this columns to x and y respectively. X is equal to mail data. The column name is, as you can see here, is message. Yeah, so it's message. So it loads all these messages to the x variable, and y is equal to mail data, its category. Okay, so this label 0 and 1 will be stored to y variable. So run this. So now we need to split the data set as training data and testing data. So before that, we shall go ahead and print x and y. Print x. So I'll make some separation here. Okay, so as you can see, it shows x and y separately. So I'll just make some changes. So enclose it in quotes. So I'll go ahead and print x and y. So as you can see here, the first part contains the x, which has the messages in it. So second is y, which contains labels as 0 or 1. So 0 represents spam and 1 represents mails. Okay, so we have separated the data and the label. So now we need to split the data set into training data and the test data. So I'll put a text here, train test split. So split the data as train data and the test data. So this is how it's done. So you can see the syntax here: x train comma x test should be x test, x train comma x test comma y train comma y test. So it separates into training and test data. So it is done by the function called as train test split. So we have already imported this in our importing section. So train test split. So you need to specify the x and y here, x comma y. So x is message and y is the label. So train size. So train size represents how much data you want for training samples. So let's make 80 percentage of training data. So 0.8 represents 80 percentage of data should be training data, and for testing we need 0.2, that means 20 percentage of data. So like for 5000 samples, 20 percentage will be the test size and the remaining 80 percentage will be trained on the model. So random state is equal to 3. So it splits the data in a specific way. You can put any variable you want. So if you want to split the data the same way you did before, you need to specify the same random state. So I'll have run this. So let me put a text here, feature extraction. So in this part we are going to extract the feature vectors from the text. Okay, so let me comment here, transform text to feature vectors. So this is one of the most important part here. So we need to feed this feature to the model and not the text. So we need to transform the text data to the feature vectors. So we will be using the TFIDF vectorizer. So we have imported before. So for this purpose, so to the SVM model using TFIDF vectorizer. Okay, so convert the text to lowercase letters. So all the text be in lowercase and not in uppercase. So it's a better practice to do this. Okay, so convert the text to lowercase letters. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Feature extraction. I'll make a variable called feature extraction, which is equal to vectorizer. So I'll store this function to the feature extraction variable so that we can use it later in our code. So TF vectorizer, and we need to specify the parameters. The parameters are min df. So what this actually do is it makes a threshold for the words that are repeating. So like if the word free is repeated on spam mails, it chooses it as the feature for spam mails. So it's the default value is given as 1. So let's give that, and the stopwatch also it has this default value called as English. So and we need to put true for lowercase because we need all the letters to be in lowercase. So this part of code is used to extract the training features. So extract features, let's name this variable is equal to feature extraction. Let's call this function dot transform. It needs to be fit transform extrain. Okay, so feature extraction dot fit transform. So in parentheses specify extrain. Now xtest features. So we shall convert the test data also to features. Xtest features is equal to feature extraction dot transform xtest. So xtrain features will be converted to xtrain features and the xtest will be converted to xtest features. So now we have to convert the ytrain and ytest values to integers. So because 0 and 1 can be recognized as a string, but we need them as integers. So convert ytrain and ytest data, so ytest values as integers. So we need to change the data type of this. We can do this by using asType function. So ytrain is equal to ytrain dot asType int. So specify the type you want in the parenthesis, which is int. Now we need to do this for ytest. Ytest is equal to ytest dot asType int. Okay, so in this part we are extracting the feature vectors, and also making the ytrain and ytest as integers. So I have ran this code. Now we need to implement our model. So training the model, support vector machine. So support vector machine is an example of a supervised learning model. So it is very much useful for classification and regression problems. So here we are actually working on a classification problem where we need to classify as spam or am mails. So I'll go ahead and search and show you about a few things about support vector machine model. Support vector machine. Okay. So you can see the SVM function here. So it basically segregates the data in two sides. So you can see the prominent line in the middle. So this line is called as hyperplane. So that maximum margin hyperplane. So this data, two kinds of data are segregated around this in like in two sides of this line. So the data should be as much far away from this hyperplane. So if the distance is more, we get a better prediction. So this is the basics of support vector machine. So in our case, spam mails will be located in one side of this hyperplane and the am mails will be in other side. So let's go ahead and implement this. So training the support vector machine, training the support vector machine. It's training data. So the data will be iterated around this hyperplane until a good plot is made. So we have this ready-made code available for implementing the support vector machine in sklearn. So let's do this. So let's load this SVM to a variable called as model is equal to linear SVC. We have imported this linear SVC in our importing section. So as you can see here, linear SVC. Okay, so model is equal to linear SVC. Now we need this model with the training data. So the training data is xtrain features. So we need to fit the xtrain features to the model. So we have extracted the features in the previous cell. So xtrain features, comma ytrain. So xtrain features acts as the x data and the ytrain is the y data here. So go ahead and run this. So this is the part where training is carried out. So as you can see, it specifies the parameters here. The model is trained. Now we need to do the evaluation part. So we need to check how well the model performs. Okay, so evaluation of the model. So here we can see how it performs. So first let's do the prediction on training data and find the accuracy for prediction data on training data. So the prediction on training data should give more accuracy because it already have seen the data. So prediction on training data is equal to on training data model.predict. So model.predict function is used to predict the answer. So model.predict xtrain features. Okay, so you can see here. So xtrain features and we need to get the accuracy now. So how the accuracy is calculated is the model predicts by itself and it compares it with the real answers. The real answers are in the ytrain variable. So accuracy on training data is equal to accuracy score. So accuracy, we have imported this function before. Accuracy score, specify these things, ytrain, which is the real answers, comma, and the prediction on training data. So prediction on training data is a prediction or model by itself. So it compares both of this and gives the accuracy score of our model. So I'll go ahead and run this. Now let's print the accuracy on training data. So accuracy on training data. Let me go ahead and print this. Accuracy on training data. As you can see, it has 0.99, which means 99%, which is very much good. That means our model predicts accurately. So, but the accuracy score on prediction training data is not that important because the model has already seen the data, and the prediction on test data is important. We need to check how the model performs on the data which it has never seen before. So we didn't expose our data to the test data set. So we shall go ahead and mm, predict the X test with our model. So prediction on test data is something that shows the goodness of our model. So let's go ahead and make this. Just I'm changing this training variables into test data. So we need to change something. Yeah, we need to put y test here. I have put y train. So y test. So go ahead and run this. Now we shall print the accuracy score for test data and see how well it performs. So I'll go ahead and copy this. Accuracy on test data is equal to accuracy on test data. So go ahead and run this. You can see the accuracy here. It's 98%, which is really good. So our model works great here. So this is the main tasks in our problem statement. So we got the data set. We have made the labels as 0 and 1, and we load them to x and y, and we split the data into training and test set, and we extracted the feature from the text, and we loaded the data set to our model, and we made the prediction and found the accuracy scores. Now we shall predict whether mail is spam or mail. We just input a new mail to the model and check how it predicts it. So give the variable name as input mail. So we shall give an example mail here and see whether it predicts well or not. So you need to do this like this. So just make a list here. I have made a copy of the data set. This is the data set we used. So open this in Notepad. Okay, so I'll go ahead and copy a spam mail here. So spam mail, yeah, I'll go ahead and copy this spam mail. We need to feed this to the model and we need to predict this. So I'll copy this. You can also put any mail you want. So you can search in Google and get a mail and see how it predicts. And it predicts well because we get a really good accuracy score. So go ahead and paste this. So enclose this mail in the quotes. Okay, now we need to extract the features. So convert text to feature vectors. So we will feed this feature vector to the model and we won't feed the text directly to the model. Okay, so it's the same method we have done before. So input mail features, let me name it as input mail features is equal to feature extraction dot transform input mail. Okay, so this returns the feature vectors from this text. Okay, so now we need to predict this, making prediction on this new input mail. Okay, so prediction is equal to model dot predict. So this we are predicting with this model dot predict input mail features. So this function actually returns a list which contains the label 0 or 1. Okay, so it's a prediction is the name of list here. So let's go ahead and print this prediction. So it outputs a list. The list can have 0 or 1 in it. So we need to interpret whether it's a spam mail or am mail from this label. We know that if the label is 0, it is spam mail. If the label is 1, it's am mail. So if I'll make a if condition here, if prediction is equal to prediction 0, So prediction 0, this represents the first element, so 0 which means the first index number. So prediction 0 is equal to 1. If the element of this list is equal to 1, then print that it is an am mail. Okay, because we know that 1 represents am mails. Okay, else means the label is 1. So I mean, sorry, the label means 0, which means spam mail. Okay, so if we get the list with the value as 1, we need to print it as spam mail. And so I'll go ahead and print this. So as you can see, we got the label 0 and it predicts well that it's a spam mail. So as you can see, we have a spam mail here. Okay, so it predicts correctly. So it's basically the list and it interprets based on that label. So I'll go ahead and copy an am mail here. So you can see an am mail which is a non-spam mail. So I'll go ahead and copy this and replace the spam mail we have used before. Okay, copy this and I'll paste it here. So remove the mail we have used already. So now it needs to predict that this is an am mail. Okay, and it needs to return the label as 1. So as you can see, it returns the label as 1 and it shows the spam mail. So it's working really fine because you know that the am mail, the label is 1 and for spam it's 0. So it returns 1 and am mail. So as you can see here, so we have copied an am mail. So it works really for good for the new mail as well. So you can incorporate this in apps or websites you want to work on with. So let's recap. Okay, first of all, we are importing the libraries, so NumPy, Pandas, and sklearn. So next we are processing the data. We are loading it to the Pandas data frame, and we are removing the null values with a null string, so which is done by this function. Then we are checking the shape, and we see that it contains 5,500 samples. So we are labeling it as labeling the spam as 0 and am mails as 1. So we are loading this text to X and label to Y. So I'm printing X and Y here. Now the most important part is splitting the dataset to train and test data. So I have given the parameters of train size and the test size and random state here. So the next important part is feature extraction. So we are extracting the feature vectors from the text using TF-IDF vectorizer. Okay, so we are making the variables the extreme features and extensive features, which we'll be using to load into our model. Okay, then we are converting ytrain and ytest values to integers. So because they act as labels, now we are loading the model support vector machine model to the variable called model, and we are fitting this model with xtrain features. And now we are making the evaluation part where we print the accuracy score for training data and the accuracy score for test data. Okay, so now on the interesting part where we predict a new mail, whether it's a spam mail or am mail. You can go ahead and copy any mail you want and see how this performs. Okay, so if the list contains 1, so it is an am mail. If the list contains 0, so it represents spam mail. So this is the working of it. So I hope you have understood every part of this. So let me give you a challenge. You can go ahead and see how this works for other models such as k nearest neighbors or naive Bayes algorithm, and compare the accuracy score of support vector machine model and other models. So it would be a good exercise for you. So I hope you have understood this problem statement. So thank you.